Hello. Alright. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Man City Chelsea stream. I am about 17 minutes late, and I'm really tired right now because it's still very early where I live. And, yeah, that's why I'm a bit late. Guess it's already 1 nothing for City. Should probably change that. Yeah, that's not how you spell his name, I don't think. Alvarez is not spelled with two E's, spelled like that, I think. Alright, Jorginho. Ball through to Sterling. So, I was hoping to stream this match and seeing Man City win the Premier League title, but they've already won it. They won it yesterday when Arsenal lost to Nottingham Forest, which is quite a surprising defeat for the Gunners, but they were not going to win the title. They were kind of out already. So the first goal of the game went to Julian Alvarez, and nice goal, good finish. Sorry, just quite tired. And it's 1-0 here at the Etihad. I mean, I think they're just playing the kids for this game. There are some good players playing, I'm pretty sure, though. That's a lot of places. Premier League Summer Series. It's coming to United States. Yeah, so it's about 8:20 in the morning where I live, so it's still quite early. Which means I only got up about 40 minutes ago. No, still quite tired. Alright. Oh, wide. Good. Interception. Oh, I didn't end up wearing my City jerseys. It's fine. I don't have my webcam on for this game anyways. Because I couldn't find my webcam. I'll need to find it at some point. Yeah, it would have been nice to have done another one of those webcam streams. They were fun, but YouTube took one of them down and removed my license to live stream. My dad had to get it back because still technically underage, can't live stream. My for YouTube, my dad is here, so in the other room, so it's fine. Okay. Yeah, I'm tired.
I believe you turned 13 today.
I think the 2-year anniversary of this channel is coming up soon. I believe. Uh, what days? What day? Did,
Holy sport already.
yeah, I know.
Who's sport?
Alvarez. April. What? Oh no, it's already passed. Shoot, it passed a while ago. Actually. Uh, Never mind.
Getting your coffee, Brian, you're saying?
Yes. Yeah, I could use a cup of coffee right now. Mares. Good. Just control it. This should be a handy win. I hope Chelsea, they're definitely struggling. If you can see the Premier League table on your screen, it isn't looking very good for Chelsea. They're in 12th place, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. They are mid-table, which is really weird.
Chelsea's supposed to be better.
Yeah. Well, they've spent tons of money on players this January transfer window. It was a weird skill move there from Foden. Just kept juggling it behind his back. I don't. I always called. I guess in England they call it keep ups, or as to what I always like to call it juggling, when you keep the ball up. Touches in opposition box 7-1. Oof, that's painful for Chelsea. So we're resting a lot of our good players here, which makes sense. We don't really need them. Although you might want to just play them, just to not have them just to keep them fit, not have them go into the FA Cup final without playing in 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks, because that might be a little bit difficult to rebound from. But you don't have to play them every game here because you're no longer in a title race. They go. Cole Palmer. Palmer tries crossing it in. Cleared away by Thiago. Yeah, so Chelsea's season has really gone off the rails. They're behind Crystal Palace and Fulham and Brentford at the moment. Nottingham are 8th. That is bad. They are not doing well. Yeah, they're not even gonna make it. Oh, I guess they can still catch Villa. Villa are on an absolute tear. They're gonna make Europe with Unai Emery. They were off to such a bad start to the season with Stevie G, and then they've just completely rebounded with Unai Emery. Brighton, yeah. What a team! 6th place. They could still technically catch Liverpool. I don't think they will though. Besides, they'll get Europa League. God, Brighton and the Europa League. That sounds kind of weird to say, but Foden, Mahrez, good stop. Gets it back. Yeah, so Fulham, Brentford, Aston Villa, and Brighton all kind of overachieving, and Newcastle too. I mean, we all expected them to be good at some point, but not as soon as this. They're in 3rd place currently. They're gonna make Champions League football. Which is kind of weird. Newcastle United in the Champions League. God. Havertz turns. It's outside the hall. Getting it down the left wing. That's a nice move. Good interception there from Foden. Yeah, I should have marked this down as a watch along, maybe. Because I didn't mark it down as a watch along.
Watch along. Watch along these nuts.
That is
Hi, I'm Dad.
dad jokes. Yes.
Just checking in to make sure there's nothing weird happening here. What? It's for YouTube.
I know. Yeah, I know.
It's for safety reasons.
For safety reasons, YouTube. Yes, for safety reasons. Not like I can't live stream on my own. And I am.
YouTube should be more worried about me than you.
Oh yeah, you're the real danger on YouTube, Dad. With your weird comments. Havertz, Sterling. Nice bit of play. Oh yeah, I saw my hometown team, the Vancouver Whitecaps, play their biggest rivals, Seattle Sounders, last night, and they won 2-0. So I'm happy about that. Good ball. Foden. Oh, that's a good try, actually. That was close. Like the effort there from Phil. What a ball. Who was that? Who made that pass? Calvin Phillips. What a pass. Phillips hasn't played too much this year. He's been kind of a bit of a flop. I wouldn't say a flop. He's just kind of fallen into the hole that is Man City's depth, which he's not one of the first names on the team sheet, Phillips. So that's why he hasn't had a great year. Yes, this is my first EPL stream in a while because the whole YouTube shenanigans thing with my dad having to get my channel back. Oh. Havertz. The chat's disconnected anyways. Loftus Cheek. Jorginho. Sends the ball through. I want to see, is my sound on? Yes, my sound is on. I don't have... I wish I could do my webcam streams, because my webcam streams are... I like doing them more, and I'm sure they're more entertaining for you guys. And, like, not like there's anybody really watching my streams, but... you got 52 subscribers, so there's Ederson, blue hair. Yeah, so 4-0 thrashing of Madrid in the Champions League semifinal was our last game. That was a pretty good one. Not if you're a Madrid fan, I mean. Alright, so Phillips holds the ball in the midfield. Mahrez tries making a move. Yeah, so Premier League season coming to a close, most teams only have, actually all teams only have like one or two games left to play. So Erling Haaland, the definite top scorer. At the end of this year, 36. He's smashed the record. He didn't break 40 though. He didn't break 40 goals, which was definitely a possibility that everybody thought would happen. But then, does Laporte also dye his hair blue? Callum Wilson is 8. Salah got 19. I thought Salah had a quiet year, and he still got 19 goals. But I think not like Liverpool's season wasn't already messed up because of that horrible start. But Salah actually has, I mean, like, yeah, not much to show for Liverpool. Oh, Sterling had, great save from Ortega. Let's go. I'm not sure if you can't tell already, I'm a Man City fan. The former Man City player Sterling. Chris clicking through, that's a good save from Ortega. That was close for Chelsea to tie it up. I mean, this game doesn't mean much for either team. The only thing that really matters now, I guess, is like, I guess the top 4 race still matters a little bit. Because Liverpool still technically can catch Man United. But Man United, it would have to be so Man United can't win either of those. Man United would have to lose both games in hand that they have, and Liverpool would have to win their game, and then they'd pass them up. But I don't think, who do Man United play? Play Chelsea and Fulham. Yeah, they should be able to win. And then there's the relegation battle between Leicester, Leeds, and Everton. If Leicester win their game in hand, they go ahead of Everton. But who did they play? They play West Ham, Tottenham. They play West Ham and Tottenham. So those are two. Well, Tottenham not in great form, I guess. But West Ham, yeah, also in okay form, I guess. Who do Leeds play? Leeds play Tottenham. So Tottenham could honestly decide the relegation battle. If they beat both Leicester and Leeds, they probably keep Everton in the Prem. Unless Everton play Bournemouth. That's definitely a winnable game for them, for the Toffees. So if the Toffees win that, then if Leicester win their game in hand, they tie with. So if Leicester beat West Ham, what time is that on at? Okay, so it's. Wait, no. Oops, they don't play Tottenham. That's later. I'm dumb. They play Newcastle and Leicester. Now, I'd almost say Newcastle is tougher than Tottenham. At the moment, for sure, yeah. I know we're not talking about very much that the game's on, but there's. So you just have the ball right now. So, Newcastle and West Ham are the two teams that Leicester play. So if Leicester is able to beat Newcastle, which they probably won't, they'll go ahead of Everton. But then again, Newcastle, no, I guess they're probably still trying, because they do want to just get one more point to secure a top 4 spot. Because they're technically still not confirmed in top 4, but like, what? Is Liverpool has to win like their next game 7-0 to be able to pass up Newcastle. And Newcastle would have to lose both their next games. So they're practically in top 4. Anyways, back to the relegation battle. So, yeah, Leicester, if they win their game in hand, they pass up Everton, which puts them back in the drop zone. Leeds, they play Tottenham. That's a winnable game, but I don't think they'll do it. They need all 3 points there, or else they're dunzos. They're out of the Prem. And Leicester, they probably need, well, they need at least one win out of their last 2 games. One win. If they only win one game, they just gotta hope that Leeds and Everton don't win. Yep. So, well, it's probably in Everton's favor just because they play Bournemouth and teams play Newcastle and Nottingham. Oh, what a save! God, did I miss that? I think I missed that. That was a crazy save from Moreno again. Or, why did I say Moreno? It's Ortega. I got mixed up there. I think his full name's Ortega Moreno. Phillips. Yeah, I don't have my City jersey on. I'll put it on today, though, I think. Not like I'm on the webcam or anything. Okay, good try. Ball whipped in by Foden. Just cleared away by Chelsea. Laporte. So, whatever games happened today. So far today we've had still on Leeds United. Probably good. Okay, so matches. So today West Ham beat Leeds today. God, Leeds. They blew that chance. They were up 1-0 as well, and West Ham came back and won. Brighton beat Southampton, but Southampton already relegated, so no real chance, no real need for them to try and win that game. Yeah. So those were the other 2 games that were on today. Newcastle and Leicester is on tomorrow, but that's an exciting game for the relegation battle, I guess. If Leicester can pull off an upset, then they're probably the favorites to stay up. It's between them, Everton, and Leeds. Actually, none of the 3 teams who got promoted last year are going to get relegated because Forest are now technically safe as well. Yeah, Forest, Bournemouth, and Fulham, they're all staying up. And Fulham's finished in the top half, which is pretty crazy. Alexander Mitrovic, very good player. He's not in the top goal scorers, I don't think. Though, yeah, no. Callum Wilson has 18 goals. God, that's crazy. De Bruyne top with 16 assists. 13 yellow card. Yeah. Blah, blah. Alright. A few minutes left before halftime here at Etihad. 1-0 for City, although it does look like Chelsea had a few chances there. Ball played through. Alvarez, nice move. Phillips with a shot. Ooh, he missed. Close. Chance for Calvin Phillips. Make it 2-0. Chelsea have only scored 36 goals this season. God, that's not very good. Kanji. Off to Foden. Yeah, so I decided to stream this game in hopes that in hopes that this would be the game that would decide the title, but that didn't happen because obviously Arsenal lost yesterday to Forest. So 3 in a row. 3 Premier League titles. 5 out of the last 6 years. We won the Prem, our 7th ever Premier League title. We're only 6 off Man United for the record, I'm pretty sure. Now. Just domination at the Premier League for City. Which, I mean, not like it hasn't been close, but it's just like City's been really good, but also teams like Man United has not been competitive for like the last 5 years in the Premier League. That also has a factor to do with it. It's not like we're play dominant in the league like Chelsea. They haven't done super well in the league. Liverpool, they've had a very off year this year. They were like the only team that was really competing with us. And Arsenal came up this year, but they obviously just didn't have the depth to win the title because when Saliba got injured and you replaced Holding with knew it was going to happen there. And also, they just kind of failed to show up in some of the big games up against, like they lost in both games against City, including a pretty bad one, 4-1 in the second one. They just ran out of steam towards the end of the season, drawing to teams like Southampton and West Ham. That wasn't very good. Enzo Fernandez goes down. Yeah, so that was definitely Arsenal's downfall. I mean, not like they haven't had a good season, though. 81 points. I definitely didn't expect them to finish second in the league and actually put up a pretty decent fight. But in the end, I think it's going to end up like being like a 7-point difference. Actually, the MLS All-Stars will be playing Arsenal. That's kind of funny. I just looked at their upcoming games and saw that would happen. July 19th. What's going on in other leagues? I know that who won the I know that Barca won La Liga. Who's winning the Bundesliga currently? Better not be Bayern. It probably is Bayern though. They're probably just gonna end up winning that one again. I do hope that Dortmund actually puts up some competitiveness though. Actually, they're playing right now. Oh, yeah, they're tied on points. Yeah. One game left to play. Actually, that might be a good game to watch, but actually, I could probably get it. It's on Sportsnet. I could watch it, but this is a Man City Chelsea stream. I can't switch over to that right now. Who do Bayern play? Yeah, Dortmund better not bottle this and end up, Red Bull Leipzig. Ooh, they lost to Leipzig in the Bundesliga yesterday. That's not. They definitely are a beatable team. Who do they play? They play Cologne next. So Bayern are having a very off year. Well, not a very off year. I mean, they're still gonna win the league probably. Dortmund. All I just can't do is just bottle it against Augsburg. I mean, there's no way Bayern is gonna be losing to Cologne. All right, and for Serie A, what's? Wait, did they have the Premier League ceremony before the game? They might have. Oh yeah, Napoli have won that. What the? How did Juve get into second? I thought they got like a 10 points point deduction or something. Or 15 points. Yeah. So it's probably going to be the same usual. Although Napoli, that's not like a same usual winner, I would say. Actually, isn't this like their first title since 1990? Their first Serie A title? Something like that. Alright, so. Okay, so. Yeah, that's what's going on in our leagues. And I've already talked a bit about what's going on in the Prem. So, Champions League final is June 10th. I'll probably end up streaming it. What the? Alright, so. Yeah, Champions League final, Inter versus Man City. Yeah. I wonder if I can do maybe a little bit of a preview before that. It's still a while before the game. UCL. Oh yeah, there's hockey playoffs on, but that's not what we're talking about right now. So, I guess I could talk about hockey playoffs, but I'm not sure if that's what you guys want to hear. Who's the top scorer? Oh, yeah, Haaland, 12 goals in the Champions League. Thank you. Yeah. So, Man City entered the run to get here. Inter had to beat Porto, uh, Benfica, and AC Milan, which they actually beat AC Milan 3-0. That's pretty decent margin. Okay, so they're gonna look at the Alvarez goal here. Great setup. He just takes the perfect finish. It's a great ball by Palmer, and Alvarez knows that the two defenders closing in on him. Just that's a point to take the shot. Catches Kepa off. And Man City's run to get to the Champions League final was Leipzig, who they smoked 7-0 in leg 2 with the Erling Haaland 5-goal game. So, yep, the Premier League champions have a chance at getting their first career They say first career. God, my brain's a bit off this morning. First career. They're a team. Most home. Whoa, they've scored 100 goals at home this year, Man City. In Europe's top 5 leagues in all competitions, that's most by Bayern Munich was 66 at the second most, and they're 34 goals behind that. How do you score 100 goals at home in one season? That is crazy. Yep. So, good half for City, but Chelsea also with some decent chances as well. So, what was a weird sound? Anyways, someone's back to the game here. Was there a title ceremony before the game? I might watch the title ceremony after if there was. It'd make more sense to do it after the game, you'd think, but I don't know how to make the rules. Or just do it after your last game of the season. That would make more sense. Okay, so should almost be time before back for the half. So, anyways, okay, so just waiting for the game to start. So, a bit of a preview of Champions League final. So, Inter finished. It's kind of crazy. Inter's run is so underrated. They managed to knock Barcelona out in the group to finish second, and they were in a group with Bayern and Barca, and they managed to get out of it, which is quite surprising. Bayern obviously destroyed that group, 6 wins, but they always destroy the group stage of the Champions League. Man City finished top of their group, but they had a much easier one. Dortmund, Sevilla, and Copenhagen. Erling Haaland's former team, Dortmund, they finished with 4-2-0 at the top of the group. Dortmund was the other team to have gone through there. So, and then both teams went on to the round of the 16. Man City managed to get Leipzig in the first round, and Inter got Porto, which is actually a fairly decent draw considering they finished second. I didn't. Porto finished first in their group. I didn't even realize that. Probably should. Yeah, they finished. Oh yeah, they finished in the group where they knocked out Atleti. And then ah
We got a creature under our oven. Live stream it.
oh oh Bubba was looking at something this morning. God, oh, it's so loud. I hate it. It's so annoying. If you hear an annoying sound, I think there might be a rat or something under our oven.
Is it Keith Chuck, the Rat King?
Keith Kachuk. I don't know if the people watching this one know that reference. That's a hockey thing. Oh, there's. That. Guerrero. They should have the Gerard slip if they're going to be doing this. They won Man City's first Premier League title with that goal from Sergio Aguero. That was back in 2012 when they won it last minute against QPR. And tonight, another 4 Premier Leagues later. And there were 4 Premier League titles later. City have been crowned champions again. They're 5th with the. Actually, no. Yeah. Actually, even more than 5, like 6. They've won their 7th title this year. 7 titles in. What has it been? 11, 12 years?
Match over.
Not yet. Stop whacking with a metal pipe. That's very annoying. It's only halftime. So City, 5 out of the last 6 years, they've been Premier League champions. They are surely the best team in England, and I'm not sure anybody would disagree at the moment that they're the best team in the world. we get set back here for the second half. I'm sure Sterling's wishing he stayed in City, as he went to Chelsea, and Chelsea, a club who is far from being the best team in England. Chelsea having to do a rebuild. I wonder, a Chelsea career mode in FIFA might be a good idea to rebuild them. Well, 3 in a row for City. 2021 2021 Premier League title was won by a fairly large margin over Man United. That was the COVID year, though. However, in the Champions League, it was a brutal 1-0 loss in the final to the team that they're facing right now, Chelsea. In 2021-2022, it went down to the last day against Liverpool, where they went down 2-0 to Villa before a brace from Ilkay Gundogan saved them and confirmed their Premier League title. And this year, a close but not close win over Arsenal, as they were trailing for a whole lot of the season. Also, I think I saw a stat that Arsenal had the record for most time in the lead of a Premier League campaign and not winning it. I think it was like 93% or something that they were in the lead for, and then they still ended up not winning. It's just trying to get my cat to kill a rat. Probably something like that. I don't know. What else would it be? It can't be that big. I guess it might just be a mouse. I love how Pep's probably still going to be yelling at his players even though they've already won the title. Oh yeah, have you guys seen the clip of Pep yelling at De Bruyne when they were 4-0 up? That was against Madrid. That was pretty funny. Alvarez for the only goal scorer. Yeah, Laporte has also got the blue hair along with Ederson, I think. Or there's lots of elite players on the bench, including De Bruyne and Haaland for City. I think Haaland was on the bench. Ruben Diaz as well. Bernardo Silva. Some of the best players in their position in the world. Gomez, Palmer, down to Alvarez. Intercepted, one back by Chelsea. Now one back by City. Trying to find an open lane. Now coming away with it. It's Loftus-Cheek. Loftus-Cheek. Nice move. He gets around two players. That was a nice move. Gallagher out wide. No pass played. A little bit misplayed towards Havertz. Now Gallagher trying to move. And no foul against. Yeah, I haven't done too many hockey streams. I just kind of haven't been feeling it. I'm kind of enjoying just watching the hockey playoffs and not streaming it. Glad I wasn't streaming that freaking 4 overtime game though. I actually think I've been actually kind of the only time I've been kid friendly in a stream before. I kind of changed my channel thing to say it's not for kids because I do swear on the occasion on this channel, so
You swear? You son of a bitch.
I actually changed it so my channel is no longer made for kids because swearing, yeah.
It's made for old people. It's only made for grandparents. They love swearing.
Palmer. And it's not like I'm getting paid or anything, like, so don't need to cut out swearing right now. I mean, I'm sure YouTube doesn't want their channels to swear, but I think it has something to do with, like, you get less money if you swear or do stuff like that. Like, you don't get as much monetization. Gallagher. Great move, Gallagher! Ooh, good save from Ortega. That was not Gallagher. Oh my god. It's so hard to tell. I'm sitting kind of far away from the TV right now. That was Hall. I don't think I've ever heard of him. Or maybe I have. I don't know. It's not Shrewsbury Hall now that it's in, right? Yeah. Who is this guy? Lewis Hall. I think I actually have heard of him. God, this Chelsea team actually is not good at all. Kepa, Wesley Fofana, Thiago Silva. I mean, this is not a mid-table. I'd say they probably should be a bit above mid-table, but this team is still not very good. Trevor Chalobah, Cesar Azpilicueta, Enzo Fernandez. It doesn't help that they're full of underperforming players. Enzo Fernandez, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Lewis Hall, Conor Gallagher, Kai Havertz, Raheem Sterling. This is not a super great team. Compared to, I mean, actually the City team that's out right now isn't very good either. Ortega, Walker, Akanji, Laporte. That's because none of their good players are really playing. They have, like, Rico Lewis in the midfield. But if you look at the substitutes bench, I'll list some of the substitutes that they have, Chelsea. Christian Pulisic, not bad, actually. Mikhailo Mudryk, he overpaid. I don't know why they paid that much for him. Edouard Mendy, Hakim Ziyech, Kalidou Koulibaly. Actually, that's not a bad bench, but all those guys are underperforming, though. When compared to the City bench, Ruben Diaz. Wait, and I'll just list the rest of it. It's David Datro Fofana, Carney Chukwuemeka, Menka, Nani Madueke, Ethan James Waddy. That's the Chelsea. That's a Chelsea bench. Actually, it's not horrible, but it's like filled with underperforming players, like Edouard Mendy and Kalidou Koulibaly. They're not having good years. Those two. But if you compare that to the City bench, Ruben Diaz, John Stones, Ilkay Gundogan, Erling Haaland, Jack Grealish, Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, and Ederson. That is a crazy bench that they've got right now compared to the freaking Chelsea bench. And if they have all their star players, they have Phil Foden, Riyad Mahrez still playing. They have Kyle Walker, Laporte,
You're gonna find it? No. What are you gonna do?
like
What I'm trying to do?
Julian Alvarez, who's a World Cup winner, and has a potential to potentially complete football. And he's like a backup striker. It's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie, Chelsea do have some good players, like Enzo Fernandez, a great young player. Don't think they should have paid over £100 million for him. They definitely overpaid. I also paying like 60 million pounds for Mikhailo Mudryk is such a Mikhailo Mudryk had like 9 career goals before that transfer. It was kind of crazy. I mean, not saying that he's a bad player or anything, just saying that, like, he's only scored 9 career goals, and they're freaking paying over £60 million for him. It's crazy. Also, they paid, like, didn't they pay, like, £60 million for Wesley Fofana as well? Like, that is such a weird move. Like, why would you pay that much for Wesley Fofana? I feel like at City, they've made some bad moves with their money. Like Jack Grealish, that was such an overpayment. Like, not that I love Grealish. He's like one of my favorite players on the team, but like, he's not worth £100 million. He's having a great year. Not gonna lie, like he's definitely doing better than last year, but still don't think that he was worth that price tag. But if you look at some of the money they spent, like 67 mil, 60 only 66 was it 67 mil euros for 67 million euros for Kevin De Bruyne, and he's the best midfielder in the world. That is a crazy good deal now that you look at it. Like, even though it was a lot of money, it was still a good deal. And they got Ruben Diaz for pretty cheap as well. Or they got Erling Haaland for like only 60 million euros or something like that. He's like the best scorer. He's like the best goal scorer in the world by far. Also, if Haaland doesn't win the Ballon d'Or, I'm gonna be mad. Like, I like Messi. Like, Messi might be my favorite player. I mean, like, yeah, actually, probably not, but he's one of my favorite players in the world. Not like I cheer for any of his teams. Like, I don't really cheer for Barca or PSG, but I don't know. I was rooting for him during the World Cup to win after Canada got eliminated. Uh, yeah, but like again, I don't think Messi deserves the Ballon d'Or just because he had 1 month where he was playing spectacular. Well, and he won the World Cup. Yeah, sure, he won the biggest trophy in world football, which I think is a crazy achievement, especially for him, the underdog story. He was he was a superstar in that tournament. Seven goals, and he was the leader on that team, and he was like resilient after their loss to Saudi Arabia. I'm like, oh yeah, but I still don't think I still think Haaland deserves it because yeah, sure, you can say it's Tappins, but like if you look at the he's at the post. I think if City wins the treble, Haaland deserves the Ballon d'Or. Like Messi already has 7 Ballon d'Ors. Like I don't think you need to give him another one. That was close. Who had that chance? They almost scored. Hit the post. Sterling. Chelsea going the other way. Yeah, so I don't think Messi deserves to say. I'd say like Haaland. Whoa, that was a good save, Ortega. I know I might be a little bit biased because I'm a City fan and blah blah. But I genuinely still think he deserves it. Because, like, that coffee's actually, I was drinking some coffee. That's really helped my energy levels right now. Shit, there go Chelsea the other way. Good play at Laporte coming out with it. Yeah, I still think Haaland does deserve it because he broke the record. He didn't break the record for Premier League goals. He smashed it. He smashed it with like 7 games left to go in the season. He broke the Premier League record for goal scoring, I believe. And he's on 36 goals right now. And if Pep wasn't resting him because there's bigger games besides the Prem, he could have a chance at reaching 40. Not to mention, he's also got 12 goals in the Champions League. And his team's in the UCL final. Whereas Messi, he got eliminated in the round of 16. Yeah, so that's why I just think, who's the other contender? Mbappe? I mean, like, I don't know. Mbappe. Yeah, I feel like it's between Messi and Haaland at this point. But the only reason why you're giving it to Messi is because he won the World Cup. He hasn't been like incredible for PSG. He hasn't been very good for PSG. Which I know, yeah, you want to give Messi his 8th Ballon d'Or for because he won the World Cup and stuff. But if City win the treble, Haaland deserves it 100%, and that's just my opinion, because he'll won all 3 of the major club trophies. He'll be breaking goal scoring records. He'll probably, if he stays at Man City long enough, he can break the Premier League all-time goal scoring record by Alan Shearer. I guess Harry Kane might break that record at some point. He probably will, actually. It might be Harry Kane's record in a few years, but and he has a chance of breaking Ronaldo's record for most UCL goals ever. Or how close is Messi to Ronaldo's UCL goals record? I mean, the only thing that's going to stop Haaland from breaking all those goal-scoring records is injuries. At this point, the only record I can see him breaking is Messi's most goals in a calendar year. Like, there's no way of scoring 91 goals in a single year. That I can see him breaking, and I can't see him, like, breaking one of the... Oh, though I can see him breaking... Doesn't he have, like, the record... No, he probably doesn't have the record for most goals by a player in a game. He had 9 goals in one match for Norway at one point, but I don't know if that counts because he was playing for the youth team. Yeah, I think he has a chance of breaking the most UCL goals ever if he stays with Man City for long enough, breaking the most EPL goals record. He has a chance of breaking the record for most goals ever, which is currently Ronaldo's record, which it could be Messi's in a few years from now anyway, so I want to see. What's the most goals? Most goals in soccer or football? Oh, Cristiano's on 836 currently. Actually, Messi's gonna pass Joseph Bycan soon, or whoever that is. The guy is. He scored 805 goals in 530 games. Holy shit. But then again, like, you can't compare it. Like, he played in the frickin' 1930s. Like, defenders barely... Like, none of the defenders or goalkeepers were good back in the 1930s. Yeah, so Messi's about to pass him up. Like, Messi, he's the GOAT, I'd say. I mean, like, I know everybody's saying that. Ronaldo, oh, you shouldn't compare these two, but, like, Messi's the GOAT. I'm just gonna say it. I mean, I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for saying it. Oh my god. Okay. I'm going way off topic here. Yeah, so how far... He's probably still super far down. I want to see... So the record is currently Ronaldo, 836 in 1,164 games. Could be Messi's record at some point. He's only 31 goals behind, and he's 2 years younger, so he's probably... If Ronaldo retires if Ronaldo retires a couple years before Messi does, then Messi will break that record. Now, what's the UCL goals? Cristiano Ronaldo, 140. Lionel Messi, 129. Lionel Messi will probably break that because Ronaldo is no longer playing in the ACL. He is in. I don't know, unless he plays a shot. Oh, Sterling. Good move. Oh, wow, that was nice. Oh, cleared off the line. Let's go. Not that I really care right now because we've won the Premier League title anyways, but what a clearance. John Stones off the line. What a goal from the former Manchester City man, Raheem, the Dream Sterling, with a great chance. To tie this match up, but great clearance from John Stones. Robert Lewandowski is number 3 all time, and actually has a higher goals to game ratio than Messi and Ronaldo in the Champions League. But then again, like he was, I keep saying then again. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Lewandowski has such a good record in the Champions League, but what's Haaland's? Sorry, I just knocked the mic there. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I'm search up Erling Haaland career stats. So this year he has in the Premier League 33 matches, 36 goals, and 7 assists. In the Champions League, 10 matches, 12 goals. Okay, I don't want to see these stats. I want to just see his total career goals. What's his total career goals at? 208 goals in 254 games. So, yeah. And he isn't even in his prime. He's 23 years old. He can definitely break that record. I mean, I know people are going to say it's unfair because Ronaldo did start out his career as a right midfielder, and he is technically a right winger. He is a right winger. It's only until later in his career when he went to Madrid that he started playing at striker. I remember first reading about Haaland in a soccer magazine that I got, or a football magazine. Because I wasn't really a football fan until last year. I mean, I knew. I watched some of the games. I didn't really. I knew of some of the players. I knew of Messi. I played FIFA for a super long time. I've known Messi and Ronaldo and Neymar and Suarez and those guys. Oh, good steal. Alvarez, Mahrez. It's offside though. It's a foul, I think, called against Alvarez though. Yeah, he did kind of push Fofana down there. Yeah, that is a foul. Oh, Mudryk coming on. Chelsea actually haven't played a bad game. They've had a whole bunch of chances. Ortega's been pretty good. And Conor Gallagher. And who's the other player? Matchweek, he's coming on with Mudryk. Yeah, so next game I'll try to do. Next game I do, I'll try to do a face cam. The next game I'll do will probably be the FA Cup final. Yeah, between City and Man United. That will be the next game that I'll do, I think. Yeah. And then I'll do the Champions League final as well. Because there's not really any other huge. I guess there's the relegation battle. There's not a whole ton of other huge games in the Prem. Like, there's Man United Chelsea, but that's like. But that's during the week, so I can't do it. And, actually, Leicester City versus West Ham might be a big game in the relegation battle. But I'll see if I'll end up doing it. Stones. So, anyways, yeah, Man City, it's been. What year did they get taken over by Sheikh Mansour? It was 2008, I think, right? Yeah, something like that. They had to wait 15 years. I mean, like, not that, I think. Sheikh Mansour's. Oh, Alvarez, he scores. But I think he's might be offside. No, he's not. He scores his second of the match, and that's saying that, like, Sheikh Mansour is good or anything. He's, yeah, like, I do disagree with the, whole Abu Dhabi takeover, like with the whole Middle East takeover of the league. Like, Man United might get bought by Qatar, but it'd be funny if Man United get bought by Qatar, because Man United were always calling us oil merchants or whatever, and then they're about to get bought by Qatar, which probably bought by some oil oligarch or something like that. Oh, I think that hit Mahrez's hand. Yeah, that goal might get called back, actually. He's checking VAR, but for now, it is a goal for Julian Alvarez. That was 71st minute, right? So you're just gonna change that into a capital letter. Well, for now, Julian Alvarez has a second in the match, but it looks like it's been called back, I think. Has it been called back? Yeah, it still says 1-0. There's Alfie Haaland up in the stands. As Erling Haaland comes to feed the Yorkshire Viking, and he will score. kind of funny that he was born in Leeds. That was a funny sign. Yeah, he was born in Leeds. It was kind of funky that he had a chance to play for England, which not sure how I would feel about that. Not a big fan of the English national team. I know there's probably a lot of English people watch. No, there's like no one watching right now, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the English national team, although I do like their players. I could cheer for it since I technically am English. Well, I mean, my ancestors have lived in Canada for about 200 something years, but Technically, my ancestors are from England. That's a good chance to try playing it through to Rico. Oh, that was close. Rico Lewis almost got in the end of that one. Although I think Haaland. The only reason why I'd play for England is because you'd be competing for more trophies. When he didn't live in England for very long because his dad's career ended pretty early. I'm pretty sure. Also, people saying that his dad's career ended because of Roy Keane's tackle. It did not. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm sure Roy Keane's tackle didn't end, but I think he played for quite a bit after it. Still not saying that Roy Keane tackle was not disgusting or anything, but it was a horrible challenge, but still. Also, one thing I would like to see is Roy Keane get pissed after we win if we win the treble. I was about to say after we win the treble, but it's not confirmed yet. Probably about an 80% chance we win. Do we win the treble though? I'd say at this point, because we already won the Prem. We got Man United, which Man United. Oh, my battery's running low. I'm just gonna go get my plug real quick. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Which Man United not on a great run of form right now, apparently. Yeah, well, actually, no, they've won their last 2 games. I think we can definitely beat United. Although, if we don't win in the FA Cup final, it's not the end of the world. Sure, the treble would be great and all, but, I think take the UCL and Premier League any day of the week. Don't really care about the FA Cup nearly as much. But Alvarez, have a go. Oh, snatched by Kepa, actually. He almost fell out of his hands there. Kepa Arrizabalaga is their starting goalkeeper. Probably because Edouard Mendy's having a bad year. Looks like KDB and Rodrigo are coming on. Ooh, that's a reckless challenge there from Calvin Phillips. And it looks like Sergio Gomez coming off for KDB. And Aymeric Laporte coming off for Rodri. So yeah, Aymeric Laporte definitely dyed his hair blue. As well, Ederson also did. Probably has something to do with City. Yeah. I'm wondering, why did both of them dye their hair blue? Also, Laporte is technically Spanish now, in terms of the international things. It's kind of a bit weird. I guess he does have Spanish citizenship, though, apparently. If he's Spanish, does that mean his name now technically changes to Laporte? I've been kind of switching between the two because I just find it funny that since he's playing for the Spanish national team, I just start calling him Laporte instead of Laporte. Because Laporte definitely sounds more Spanish than Laporte. But obviously he is actually French, though. And Laporte is actually how you say his name. Actually, it probably is something like Laporte. If you say it in a French accent. By the way, for those who don't know, I know how to je peux parler en français. Je suis dans l'immersion française ici parce qu'au Canada, on a un choix entre l'anglais, entre juste le légendaire anglais et l'Amazon français. Oui, alors je peux parler en français. Pas très bon, mais comme ci, comme ça. Yeah, so that was me talking in French. For those who don't understand what I was saying, I didn't really talk about much. Uh, Enzo up to Loftus Cheek. I feel bad for Enzo. He went. I mean, actually, I don't feel bad for him. He got he got transferred bunch of money. He signed an 8-year contract though with Chelsea, which is kind of crazy. And it looks like Kalidou Koulibaly coming on, as well as who else is coming on? Looks like Chukwuemeka as well. That's a cool first name, Carney Chukwuemeka. Not sure if that's how you say it. Probably not, but yeah, I need to go to the washroom, so I'll be back in a couple seconds. In about a minute. So yeah, see you in a little bit. All right, I'm back. Uh, Sorry, I just had to take. I drank an entire cup of coffee, so I had to take a quick bathroom break. So, only not a ton of time left in this game. So, yeah, this hasn't been an absolutely super exciting game. There's been some good chances, and stuff. But yeah, it doesn't really need to be. Like, I don't mind. It's just a fun. This is just. I like doing these soccer streams, like, because it's just fun just to talk about stuff that's going on in football, European football. I kind of interchange between the two names, soccer and European football. Which I find it kind of funny that soccer originates from that 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 everybody in Europe used to call it soccer before World War II. Well, at least in Europe they did. I'm not sure about the rest of the world. I don't know why they started calling football at American football, because they don't really use their feet too much, but I guess there's already a sport called handball, but corner for City. Yeah, I'm not gonna get too much into the soccer or football whole drama thing. I wouldn't even really call it drama. I just call it like the arguments between American and the rest of the world, I guess. Actually, not just America. I think there's like a whole lot of other countries like I think they call it soccer in Australia as well, and Canada, obviously. So yeah, a lot of places they call it soccer instead of football. Oh, Alvarez. Oh, that's struck way above the bar. But yeah, basically, it's mainly just Americans getting into arguments with the rest of the world. Because, and also, it's like such a weird, like, neither side at this point, like, you're arguing about a freaking name for the sport. Like, that's so weird. Like, it's just a name. Like, you know what you're referring to when you say soccer. Like, it's not. Also, I do call it soccer because like, well, you kind of have to, because you don't want to get it mixed up with American football here in Canada. I think in Australia the reason why they call it soccer as well, because they already have an Australian football there. Yeah. Also we have Canadian football up here, which is practically just American football, but with some rules changed a bit. To be honest, I'm not a huge American football fan. Like, I mean, I'll watch the Super Bowl and I'll watch some of the playoff games in the NFL, but personally, it's not my cup of tea in game. But really, I don't watch too many different sports. I watch a lot of ice hockey and soccer or football, European football, and yeah, and I do watch tennis. My dad likes tennis quite a bit, so I watch that sometimes too. And yeah, I don't really watch too many other sports. Like, I mean, I watch some of the other American sports like football, American football, baseball, and basketball. I watch those sports sometimes, but not all the time, though. All right. Game coming to an end here. Couple minutes left. City just need to hold out here for a little bit longer. And then it'll be good. Get the ball in midfield. Rico Lewis. Back to Rodri. Stones. Cross Walker. Stolen back by Chelsea. Mudryk. Ooh, that was a good chance. He's skied that one though. Not a great shot from Mudryk. There. God, Frank Lampard. He's not a great manager. Did he get sacked from Everton? I think he did. He actually wasn't horrible with Everton. I mean, I guess like Everton are a squad that have been struggling, but he did save them from relegation this year. Oh yeah, but they fired him, right? And they got Sean Dyche, I believe. Which Sean Dyche is, yeah, I definitely would rather have Sean Dyche instead of over Frank Lampard. Like, nothing wrong with Frank Lampard. He's a great player. Not a great manager. Like, with Chelsea, he wasn't very good the first time around. And then... And with, Chelsea the second time around, he's not been good. But then again, the squad isn't it's trash as well. To be honest, Chelsea should have never fired Tuchel. Like, if Tuchel didn't get fired, or Tuchel or whatever, if Tuchel didn't get fired, then I think they probably have a bit of a better season. I don't know why they fired him. There was literally, like, it was so premature that they fired Tuchel. And, like, they brought Graham Potter in, which I thought that was a good move to get Graham Potter, and he's a great manager, but I'd still think he's not super experienced with being at a big club. And then it just fell apart. And then they sacked him, which I don't think they needed to do. Like, what? Are you going to save your season? You're already freaking mid-table. It doesn't matter. Your season's over. No chance of making top 4 or anything. So, yeah, I don't think they should have sacked Graham Potter, because Graham Potter definitely was not the problem with the team. But then again, maybe Graham Potter wasn't actually that good of a manager after all. Like, everybody thought, oh my god, he's the genius behind Brighton's success. But then Roberto the Serbi's come in, and they've played just as well as they have with Graham Potter, as they did with Graham Potter. So it could honestly be, it probably honestly is just the team in Brighton, and it wasn't really Graham Potter being a super good manager. That's possible. Anyways, I'm just happy that we have maybe the best tactician of all time, in Pep Guardiola. Probably the second best manager of all time outside of Sir Alex Ferguson. Because Sir Alex Ferguson's the greatest of all time. Just because he's won so many trophies. I would say that maybe Pep's the best tactician of all time. Like, he's just a genius football brain. And if he wins the CL with, is able to win the Champions League with City this year, then that'd make his legacy as a manager even higher. Chukwuemeka, one last chance maybe for Chelsea here. Chalobah, outside Pulisic. Enzo Fernandez. This one up. Pulisic! Crossed in. Oh, good clearance from Foden. Not sure if that's the way I got in the end of that one. Yeah, Foden with a good clearance. Good clearance. Gets it out, and Chelsea will have one last chance here on this corner. Ball whipped in. Top. Ooh, that was a solid attempt from Trevor Chalobah. And that should probably do it for today's match, as Ortega will kick the ball. I'll just probably trying to get everybody downfield. And the final whistle goes. Man City already won the Premier League title, but they managed to beat Chelsea and keep their streak going, as they beat Chelsea so many times. And here, the players need to get rushed on the field. As, all the fans run on as already Premier League winners before today. But the ceremony happening now, and all the fans go rushing onto the pitch. Rodad, look at this. It was Julian Alvarez's goal that sealed it for the men in blue, the men in light blue today. And Manchester City, your 2022-2023 Premier League titles, your Premier League champions. Dad, I didn't come see this. It's the title ceremony. Bro, there's like about 1,000 fans on the field. They just rushed on. And there we go. It's been a pretty crazy Premier League year. Arsenal were leading for about the first 30 games of the season. They were leading the title charge until Man City just out-consisted them. Man City were... I think it also had Arsenal had something to do. Man City were kind of being inconsistent towards the start of the year. They had some tough losses, but then they caught fire at the right moment. So we'll wait until they set up the title ceremony here, it looks like. Yeah, so should we stay tuned for the title ceremony? I don't know. It'll probably take like 40 minutes. We'll see. It's for them to set up everything.
Can I talk on TV?
I know, but I think they'll have the title ceremony in a little bit. But
I got some tennis on the TV.
in there,
In there.
what tournament is it?
Rome.
Oh,
Finals.
who's playing?
Rune and Medvedev.
Okay. When is French Open? It's probably soon.
Soonish, yeah.
Man City with their 7th Premier League title. Which means they are slowly but surely catching up to United as the teams the most ever Premier League wins. Yeah, I don't think we need to stick around for the title ceremony, do we? And I'm sure be fine. Yeah, so there we go. Oops, sorry. Switch back to that. So, yep. So, big. Wonder at the how the title ceremony. It might not do it, but so big win. So now that's stage 1 of the treble completed. Let's go. Come on, City. So, chatting with the players, an interview of Callum Phillips currently. So here we go, Man City. Man City are your 2022-2023 Premier League champions. It is 3 in a row for the men in blue. So some interviews with the players going on now. Kyle Walker. And this is City. Just a big win all around. Champions. 3 in a row. One Manchester City. We already knew they were gonna be the winners for tonight. But that is going to do it for our stream. Congratulations to the Manchester City. 3 in a row. Brilliant match. And I'll see you guys for probably the FA Cup final on June 3rd. It's going to be our next stream. What time is that at? Let me take a look. Saturday, it's at 7. So probably going to have to wake up early. I'm going to have to... 7 o'clock where I live. 7 o'clock Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock in England. Pretty sure, I'm not sure what they call the time. Yep, so see you Saturday, June the 3rd. Yeah, that's quite early. God, I'm going to have to get up early. At least Man City versus Inter is not on until 12. Where I live. It's not until noon. Alright, so anyways, I'll see you guys next time. City, 3 in a row, Premier League champions for the 2022-2023 season. At this point, I'm just repeating myself. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Bye. See you later.